Hello, everyone. Happy afternoon, or whenever you might be watching this back, if you're not here live with me right now. My name's Chantel, and I own a Pilates studio, a wellness studio in a suburb of Salt Lake City, but really doing sessions online all over the world, which is really amazing. So even if you're not local, you can still join me for Pilates, the Rise Tribe, Reiki, the Rossiter session, everything else that I'm doing, including EFT. And EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques, also known as tapping. We're going to do a tapping session right now. I am like 1 minute late of starting this live because I couldn't get my Bluetooth to connect. So hopefully you can hear me well enough to get going. I have a notebook here in case anyone or multiple people join in on the live and want to include in here what you would like to tap on. So today's topic is around commitments and making commitments and honoring them for yourself. And I wanted to tap on this today because it is numerologically, it's a number 1 energy day. And for years and years and years, I've been teaching Pilates and I've been in the wellness, realm for 18 years now of like actually teaching it and making it part of my business. But what I've noticed is there's these ebbs and flows, and there's always a few times a month when I'll get an influx of people coming in and signing up for sessions, and then a lull and nothing for quite a few days. And I didn't know until I understood numbers and I understood really the power of numbers and the numbers that hold energy as to why that was. And today being a number 1 represents new beginnings. It's a great day to create new habits, a great day to decide that you're going to move into whatever it is that you're wanting to do. And this can be really small things. It can be really large things as well. So maybe there's something you've been thinking about that you want to do. Maybe there was something you were trying to decide or commit to yesterday, whether it's a new nutrition plan or a workout plan, or, taking a walk every day or just getting up and stretching, whatever it might be. And you didn't follow through with it yesterday. Today is a perfect day to do that. Today is June 8th. 2021, and it's a 1 energy day. And what I noticed is yesterday and leading up until today, a huge influx of people just interested in Pilates, interested in EFT because they are ready for change. They are ready for the old endings to fall away, and they are ready to make the commitment to themselves. And so this is what I've noticed in my business when I understand the numbers, and eventually I will start teaching on this as well. So just kind of hold that in your mind right now. And what I would like you to do, we're going to get right into the tapping, is we use a subjective scale on a scale from 0 to 10. We're trying to rate the emotion that you're feeling around this. So when you think of the one thing that you're wanting to create a habit, you're wanting to make the commitment to yourself, whatever it might be, where are you on the SUD scale right now that you believe that it's possible? And give yourself a number. And we're trying to get to 10. We're trying to get to 100%. I got this. Maybe you even want to give yourself 100. And a 0 being, there's no way I make this commitment all the time, or there's no way this commitment will ever follow through with. And just give it a number. One thing that I'm thinking of, and I'll do this with you all as well. So I'm thinking of, I've recently signed up for a membership here at my own studio, and I've decided that I'm going to commit to doing Pilates myself as well and not just teaching it all the time. Also, well, you know what? Let me go with this. As an EFT practitioner as well, it's the same thing. I ethically take sessions with my mentor to make sure that I'm staying on the up and up, so to speak. But I can commit to doing EFT every single day, right? I meditate, I do quantum expansion, I have so many things, but EFT, I do several times a week. So I'm going to make that commitment to myself right now. Right now, I believe that can happen every single day at a level 2. I know if I tapped on it, I would absolutely make the commitment. So, all right, everyone, as long as you're in a safe place to do so, you can close your eyes. We're just going to take 3 deep breaths together. And before you even do that, I would really love if you would mention a friend or a family member or someone that you feel like could really use this tapping session. And you can do it down in the comments. I can't really see any comments that are coming through right now. I've kind of seen people come in here. But if you leave a comment, I will definitely respond. Also, if there's something coming up for you right now, whether it's live right now or in the replay, let me know, what is it that you feel like is stopping you from making the commitment and following through? And we'll put that in the tapping session. In all honesty, I really hesitated before in doing live sessions because I felt like, or not in live sessions, but I hesitated to do this kind of general, broad, idea of tapping, because when I work one-on-one with a client, it is so much more in particular. So if I say anything that doesn't resonate with you, feel free to change the words. But just keep in mind, this is a general tapping session. But just notice how you're feeling right now also. Give yourself that score, write it down. And then we'll go ahead and move right into the tapping series. Hey, Sarah, thanks so much for mentioning a friend. All right, close your eyes as long as you're in a safe place to do so. Amazing if you can place your feet down onto the ground, or if you're sitting crisscross, right, down on the ground. And let's inhale through the nose. And then let's exhale out the nose. 2 more times. Inhale for 10. 3, 2, and then exhale for 10. And then one more time. Inhale for a 10 count. Exhale for a 10 count. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead. You can keep your eyes closed or open them, whatever feels better for you. I'm definitely going to tap on the side of my hand here, and I'd like you all to as well. And you're just going to follow along and say this out loud. If you can't say it out loud, it's okay. You just amplify it when you speak it into existence. So I'd like you to say, even though I've made commitments in the past and I haven't followed through with them, I forgive, love, and honor myself anyways. Even though I really want this thing and I would really like to make the commitment to it, I feel like I lack the willpower. And I forgive, love, and honor myself no matter what. Even though I feel some disappointment, because I decide I want something and make the commitment, but somewhere along the way, it fizzles out. I forgive, I love, and I honor myself anyways. Let's go to the top of the head here. I feel this disappointment in my throat. Remember, you can change the words to make sense for you. Eyebrow point, it feels really heavy. Side of the eye, it makes me feel really sad. Underneath the eyes, and this heaviness and this sadness that I feel in my throat, underneath the nose, makes me actually kind of angry now. Underneath the mouth, because I really want to commit to myself. Collarbone point, I really want to create this new health habit. Underneath the arms, but I never follow through. Underneath the chest, maybe because I don't know how. Wrist point, maybe because I just make excuses. One more round here. Let's go back to the top of the head. This heaviness and this sadness that I feel in my throat. Eyebrow point, I'm recognizing it, and in a way, I'm honoring it as well. Side of the eye, For a moment, I'm going to allow it to be. Underneath the eyes. I'm just going to recognize it and I'm going to see it. I'm going to feel it and I'm going to allow it to be here. Underneath the nose. And in the past, as I've recognized these negative emotions, underneath the mouth, I've quickly tried to change them. Collarbone point. But what if it's okay to feel this negative emotion? Underneath the arms. What if I allow myself to feel this heaviness and this sadness and this disappointment for never following through on my commitments? Underneath the chest. And I can ask, what else? Wrist point. Because maybe the answer is not changing myself, rather recognizing myself. All right, let's take a breath there. Just notice what's coming up for you. Notice what your SUD score is. Sometimes when we speak this up and out, the score can actually move in the opposite direction that you'd like it to. That's okay. Maybe the emotion that you're feeling or the habit that you're wanting to create at the very beginning has even changed. Maybe you've recognized that, oh, I actually don't want it. What happens when we tap is we calm the nervous system enough that your higher self, your true self, not the mindful, conscious, subconscious that's been playing forever, it takes a back seat. And so if you can just close your eyes for a moment and sense what you're sensing in your body. Maybe you just feel a little bit more at ease. Maybe you just feel a little bit more calm. For me, I feel this this zinging sensation. Another way of saying this really high vibration energy that just kind of feels like tingling all throughout my body whenever I tap. And, it's a very scientific thing that we can measure as well, and showing that this is the amygdala calming down. And this is your true self, your higher self, your third eye being activated. And so we're going to go into 2 more quick rounds. This next one is where we open up some possibilities. So if we go into the next 2 rounds and you feel like you're just not understanding it, you're not getting it, it's not resonating, keep doing it. Your subconscious is allowing this stuff in. Keep coming back to the first round if you need to, over and over and over again as well. All right, feel free to type in the comments as well again and let me know what came up for you. What felt like, that was it. That's the ticket. All I needed to say was I'm just going to allow that emotion to be. And instead of trying to make that into a positive one, I'm just going to allow it to be there. And what? And so what? And see what comes up for you. It's pretty powerful. All right, here we go. Side of the hand. And you're just going to tap pretty firm. Take a deep breath. And say, even though I'm still not feeling 100% committed to my habit or this newfound thing that I really want to commit to, oh, I'm feeling that evidently. Excuse me. I am open to feeling more committed. Okay. Even though I kind of don't feel deserving. I'm wondering if I can feel safe enough in my own body, in my own skin, to somehow, someday, some way, feel safe enough to be completely deserving of all of these commitments I make to myself. We're going to say that one more time. Even though I feel like I don't completely deserve all that I want to make the commitment to, I'm open to the possibility that someday, somehow, some way, I will recognize that I am more than worth it. Let's go to the top of the head. Even just saying that out loud right now seems like a far fetch. Eyebrow point. How could I be 100% worthy, side of the eye, of all of my dreams that I want to make commitments to? Underneath the eyes. I have these big dreams for myself. Underneath the nose. And I make commitments underneath the mouth. And I try to create habits. Collarbone point. But I never follow through with them. Underneath the arms. But I'm really starting to wonder if someday, somehow, some way, I'm just right here underneath my arm, underneath the chest, I will feel safe enough in my own body that I might feel safe enough in my own skin, wrist point, to give myself permission to follow through with all of those commitments I make. Top of the head. In my own way. Eyebrow point, on my own time. Side of the eye. I will find a way underneath the eyes to start the habit that I want underneath the nose that will reiterate the commitment that I need underneath the mouth to get into and stay in action. Collarbone point, just a little bit of action every single day underneath the arms to move me to my ultimate goals. Underneath the chest. Is that possible? Wrist point. What would make it possible? Okay, take another breath here. And again, just because for the simple fact that we're tapping on the meridian points on the body and we're moving the energy down into your solar plexus, we're moving everything down into that fire in your belly. You might notice some other stuff coming up. You might even feel a little bit more angry, perhaps at yourself, perhaps at the world, perhaps at the situations that, yeah, I do make all of, sorry, I F-bombed, that I do make all of these decisions that I want to make commitments to myself, and then I don't follow through. And so just allow that fire in your belly to sit there. And again, without trying to transmute it, without trying to change it into this fire for something else, just allow it to be. And we're going to tap in some affirmations here in this next round. We're just going to get right into it. All right. Top of the head. You can close your eyes. You can keep your eyes open, whatever feels best. And say, maybe today is the day. Eyebrow point. Maybe today is the day, side of the eye, that I can decide that I'm worthy. Underneath the eyes. Put in the swear words here. I really want to. I've waited long enough. Underneath the nose. So I'm just going to choose it. Underneath the mouth. I'm going to choose to move forward. Collarbone point. I'm going to choose to put my past behind me. Underneath the arms. I'm going to choose to allow my mistakes of the past to be wisdom. Underneath the chest. And I'm going to take action towards my future. Wrist point. I'm ready to release everything that does not serve me. Top of the head, one more round. And I'm ready to receive all that is for my greatest growth. Eyebrow point. It's actually exciting to think about this. Side of the eye. While I'm willing to stay in action, underneath the eyes, while I am willing to commit and keep the habit that I want to form, underneath the nose, say the habit that you're trying to create right now. So for me, I'm going to say tapping every single day, underneath the mouth. What I know for sure is that by making this habit, collarbone point, and following through the commitment, underneath the arms, I will by default feel more worthy. Underneath the chest. I'm not looking for that in anything outside of me. Wrist point. I'm ready to choose me. Okay, we're going to go to the nail beds now. You can close your eyes. I'm going to keep tapping on the side of my nail beds as well. About 5 to 10 taps, and then you switch fingers. You switch the side of your nail beds. Take a breath. Keep tapping on the side of your fingers. Start to check in with your body again. Do a body scan from the top of your head, past your eyes, nose, mouth, down your neck, shoulders, arms, chest, belly, hips, thighs, calves, feet. Check over your body and what part is asking for the most attention from you. And from here, place your hands on your heart and just send that place a little bit extra love, a little bit extra self-attention, self-love. And as you do this, allow this feeling of love to amplify the commitment that you made to yourself at the beginning of this session to form the habit that will be the step towards the next step, that will ultimately, quite possibly, failures and all, lead you to your ultimate goal, your ultimate dreams, your ultimate life's purpose. But it all comes back here. And just allowing yourself to give yourself the attention and the love and the deserving and the knowing that you're worthy. And it builds on each other. Take one more breath. And what I'd like you to really do is see yourself right now, and then see yourself standing in front of yourself 1 month from now. And what does he or she or they look like? What do you look like? Are you wearing the same clothes? Do you have the same energy? Are you in a different space? Are you surrounded by the same people? Different people? Just notice what it looks like in 1 month, only 1 month from today. It's clearing energy from the throat. And allow this person from 1 month in the future to step forward and be you right now. This is you already. You already possess everything that will ultimately get you to that goal that you have in just 1 month's time. Imagine what 2 months, what 3 months, what 6 months, what 6 years, etc. can do for you. Everyone, take one more collective breath together, in through the nose, out the mouth. Take your time coming out of this. I always wiggle my fingers and wiggle my toes and remind myself that I'm back in my body. That felt amazing, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I would so love it as I am building the Rise Tribe. You can hashtag Rise Tribe here at the bottom. Let me know if you want more. I will definitely tag you the next time I go live. I am planning to go live every single day for the rest of June, and I will tap on any subject that you're interested in. Quite often, my clients are just like me. And so if I interview myself, then I know what you're kind of interested in as well. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me on this live. I really appreciate it. And again, at mention, have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye. You're so welcome, Sarah.